The earth is surrounded by eyes, studying you, tracking you.
They'll get you. They'll find you, if they wanted to. Just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Right, now, a lot of people have been asking me in the comments and DMs, because of my last video, how to get an anonymous YouTube account. People are asking, does this work for government and police? So I don't know what you're planning on uploading, but does it work for government and police? Yeah, how to get an anonymous YouTube account. Now, if you're going to try and avoid government and police, that's going to be a lot more complicated. It's got me racking my brains. How can I actually do this? And it's a lot more difficult. Very, very difficult. For a start, you'd have to buy a tablet or a mobile phone, maybe even a laptop, second-hand with cash. The reason I'm walking along houses is because if you go to a yard sale, what Americans call a yard sale, or a car boot sale, you've got to remember that a lot of these houses everywhere have Ring doorbells. There's one up there. Now, government, if you're really a thorn in their side and they wanted to track you, they can track you through the Ring doorbells because they get uploaded to a cloud constantly, 24/7. And a lot of people have got Ring doorbells these days. Detectives use it when they've got to track people down. So if you went to a yard sale, you have to park your car in an area with no cameras and no Ring doorbells. You have to buy it for cash, or a second-hand shop, so go in with a mask, buy it for cash. But even then, they're still going to track you. Secret filming here. This is so funny talking about this. There's far too many people around. Pick this beautiful sunny day to do it, with loads and loads of people around. You can all hear what I'm saying, talking about how to avoid the government. Oh dear. I have to find a quiet spot, I think. It's a bit tricky around here. There are more Ring doorbells over there. Lovely old Citroen, look. So yeah, like I was saying, this is just to get the device. If you buy it, you've got to make sure there's no Ring doorbell at the place, so you could be in disguise. But even then, if you parked your car nearby, don't take your phone with you either, because they'll get you on that tracking. Leave your phone at home. Go to the yard sale, or what we call car boot sales in England. Buy it for cash, have a mask on, have something that's non-identifying. I thought about even going as far as to ride a bicycle. But even then, if you really were a thorn in the government side and they wanted to track you, they got satellites.
They are watching you. The earth is surrounded by eyes, studying you, tracking you.
They could track you on it, they could. You might even be a little blur walking along the road, but they'll get you. They'll find you, if they wanted to. And you never know. There might be some system that we don't even know about now, where maybe each person emits a frequency and microwave satellites can track it, and they're just going to tell AI to track that frequency and work out where you normally hang out. AI could just track it, you know? I'm just saying that they've probably got something that I'm not aware of. I mean, maybe the VPN would work, but I was told by somebody that does know that works for the government, the VPNs, they can still track where you are, so you can't just do it from home. And originally these videos were to protect you, say if you were uploading videos of your kids on a kids channel, just to protect yourself so that some weirdo doesn't track them down, or somebody gets obsessed with you, or say you're doing some content about certain religious groups that I wouldn't dare mention, and you don't want them tracking you down because they can be tech savvy. They might come and find you. But yeah, to avoid government, that got me racking my brains how you'd actually do it. And then you've got the problem of the upload. So say you managed to get, you weren't on camera anywhere, you went to a car boot sale, bought it for cash. When you get them, I've seen mobile phones and tablets for sale at what you'd call yard sales, but in a park or something where there's no cameras. Maybe you could deliberately ride your bike or park your car in an area where there are no CCTV cameras, no Ring doorbells. That might work. And you bought it for cash. But then you'd have to do the whole same process every time you upload videos. Which could become tricky every time you want to upload a video. And that's another video, I'll put a link on the end, that I did where I was uploading. It's only a 15-minute video. But I tried doing it in a Costa, and I was in there for an hour and a half, and it was only 20% uploaded. That's the only trouble. 20% in an hour and a half. It's not really feasible, so I recommend you try somewhere other than Costa Coffee, somewhere that's got good internet. Maybe they still got internet cafes, but you've got the same problem then. And with the satellites, even if you went into a crowded place or you parked under trees, they're going to know it's one of these people. If you really were a thorn in the government side, they would know. Say even if you went into a pub and changed your clothes, they would know that one of the 25 people that left that pub is the person that they're trying to track. One of you has to be it. And like I said, they got AI on their side. Now they can just tell AI, track these 25 people. They might know that one of them, or 5 of them were ladies, so that discounts those, so they've only got 20 to track. Yeah, Ring doorbell, look. And like I was saying, with Ring doorbells, this is what detectives do when they got to track someone. They can just access, I mean, they'd need a warrant, but that's just a quick phone call to a judge. But the government, they can access every Ring doorbell is uploaded to the cloud constantly. If you're trying to avoid government, US government, UK, China, Russia, they can just access the cloud anytime they want. They don't even need a warrant for the sake of national security. And like I said about satellite tracking, like, you know, maybe they got some kind of microwave satellites that can just track frequencies. Another Ring doorbell down there, see? This is how detectives do it. And they just track you on Ring doorbells until they see you get in a car. And then they will know where the nearest traffic camera is. They got you. Track you all the way back. But if you rode a push bike maybe to an area with no cameras, went through there, waited for ages, I don't know. Even if you went into a tunnel, they'd know that only 15 people came out of that tunnel on that day. They're going to get you. So it's extreme. I'm going to rack my brains on how to avoid the satellite thing. But you'd have to be a serious thorn in the government side for them to be using satellite data to go through satellite footage to try and track you down. So like I said, buying a tablet, mobile phone, laptop for cash, do what I said, leave your phone at home, park well away from it, keep an eye out for Ring doorbell and CCTV. He's bought that for cash, it's just going to be the regular uploading. Maybe you can find a place where there aren't too many cameras to upload the videos. But I wouldn't be regularly using one place. If you're uploading some kind of content that's going to make you think that you're on the radar, you have to keep using different places, wouldn't you? It could get tricky. Could get very tricky. But it's funny how many people in the DMs and comments are asking me, does this work for government? So yeah, it's got me racking my brains. I mean, what I've just told you would pretty much work, I think. Maybe they can't access the satellites, maybe the satellites are down, maybe they didn't have one going over there at the time. Pretty sure they can access other countries' satellites there as well to use. And like I said, I bet they've got something that I don't know about that they could use. But most of the stuff I told you, it would be pretty anonymous. I don't think they could track you. I'll find somewhere else to record this because there's people around. It's so funny the amount of people looking at me. There's people outside their houses, I'm just walking along, talking to a camera. It's hilarious. The lengths I go to for you. Just show you about the Ring doorbells. I mean, where I am now, you look at it, it's pretty rural. Very rural. I'm going to try and go somewhere quieter so I can actually get all this stuff out. Do that. But this might be a bit better. That beautiful look. It's probably about 400 or 500 years old, this church. So yeah, the Ring doorbell thing. See how tricky it is? If you're really trying to avoid the government. I may wander down and have a look. Maybe we should do that. Let's go check it out. See, this church looks small from down in the valley, but look at that, that's just beautiful. Look at the size of that. It's a lot bigger than it looks. Look at that, that's huge. Oh, I'd love to see up in that bell tower. Look at that. That's huge. Let's go see if we can get in. Let's have a go. The guy's staring at me at the top. Absolutely wow. Look at that. I wouldn't have dared open the door. I think a lot of people don't know that you can just wander into a church. It should be kept open. Right, back to the nitty-gritty out of how to stay anonymous from the government. Because it is a tricky one. And like I said, I bet they got some kind of tech that I'm not aware of. They can get you. But the things that I said to you, I mean, how do you avoid satellites? Ah, that's a good one actually. Didn't think about that. Thank you, God. Make sure you upload videos on really cloudy days. That's it, that gets around the satellite problem. When they probably got like X-ray satellites or something like that, microwave satellites that look straight through clouds.
There are satellites that can see through clouds and don't care if it's day or night. They see just as clearly either way.
But maybe not. Maybe that'd work. There's no other way of hiding it. Even if you had some dodgy umbrella or something, they're going to know you're the guy with the umbrella, aren't they? See? Maybe a cloudy day would work. I need to do a bit of research on that. I mean, I know satellites can see through it, but how detailed is the image? And are they going to go to that length? You're going to have to be pretty bad thorn in the side of the government for them to use satellites to track you. You really would. So yeah, extreme lengths to go to when you look at it. Buying the phone with cash. If there's some kind of fate, you never know. I've seen car boot sales in fields where there's not really cameras nearby. They won't be able to track you from that, so you've got some cash. Then at least you've got the phone. Just don't put a SIM in it. Put your YouTube video onto the phone with no SIM in it. And then go and upload it on someone else's Wi-Fi and just watch out for the Ring doorbell, I think I said about. Make sure you're not on that, make sure you haven't parked your car near any Ring doorbells, any CCTV, any road cameras, or go on a push bike every time you're going to do it. That would at least minimise it. I think you'd be very, very hard to track by the government if you did that. Much harder. How are they going to track you? And I know that there are ways they could track you. But it's at least minimising it. Detectives will have to get warrants, but the government can just look at all these things the whole time. Plus they got AI on their side now, that's what I was saying before. They can just put that into AI and say, track this person. Oh, and the other thing I had to remind you, voice recognition systems. Even if you did something to disguise your voice, even I know how to unscramble a voice and make it sound like the person again. So just use a text-to-voice app so they can't track you on a voice. And make sure they can't use facial recognition. You've got a mask on, disguise even, like, you know. Go to those links. If you really want to avoid it and you're not concerned about government tracking you, these are the lengths that you'd have to go to. So you bought the phone or laptop or tablet with cash. You've been well aware of Ring doorbell cameras and CCTV, like I said, and then use a different place to upload the videos every time. You'd have a pretty good chance, I think. But like I said, if it was major and they wanted to get you, I bet there's some kind of tech that I don't know about. That's what I was saying earlier about maybe each human emits a certain frequency, where it's like DNA, where no one else has that frequency, and they can spot these frequencies. I don't think they've got this, but they might. They probably will in the future. And everybody has their own signature frequency, so they can just say to AI, scan everywhere using satellites, find that frequency, and then bingo, there you go, they got it. And like I said, if you came out of the internet shop where you just uploaded a video, they could probably track that little dot by satellite all the way back wherever you're going. Just tell AI, track that one, they put a little square around it, track that object. and then off it goes. Like I said, if you went into a tunnel, a busy tunnel, that could make it trickier. You go into a supermarket, that's never going to work now, even if you went and got changed, because there's cameras everywhere in there. They'd know that you went into that toilet and they know what you're wearing when you come out. Even in a pub, you walk in there, they know that only 25 people came out of that pub. They eliminate the 5 women because they know you're a male, because it was a male. But even when you order in a coffee shop, just whisper as well, because they could get your voice from that. If they really wanted to get you that bad, because then they got your voice on camera. So if you just whisper, like, cappuccino, please, like you got a bad throat, you're wearing a mask, all these things are minimising it. And I don't want you to think I'm anti-government or something, because I'm not at all. I'm pro-police, pro-government. Without that, it would be complete chaos, you see? I understand why some people might want to upload a video and they're scared that the government might track them or put them on a register or something like that. The original videos I was doing was just to help people if they're uploading, say, videos of their own kids for a kids channel, or they might be doing content that might upset certain religious groups, or they don't want some fanatic to track them down or something like that, you know. And maybe the VPN would work, I don't know. I've been told by someone in the know that even if you're using a VPN at home, they can track that. They know where you are. The VPN's not gonna escape government attention, basically. I don't think so anyway. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to know anything else about this, I'd love to hear. But maybe that'll be the next video. I'm going to do some research on how good is our satellite technology for looking through clouds.
They are our own satellites, and there are hundreds of them. And I don't think we have quite realized how good they've gotten. There are satellites with mirrors the size of Hubble's, not pointed at distant galaxies to unravel their mysteries, but staring down at you.
That could be one way around it, couldn't it? I'm sure clouds aren't going to stop satellite operations that the government are doing. I really don't think that's going to work. But I'll check it out. They'll be using something, some kind of heat sensor or something that can get through. These satellites are amazing these days. And they can even use other countries' satellites. That's the thing. But at the same time, other countries can use our satellites. And they don't like it. I mean, I was told by someone in the know that any country, anybody that knows what they're doing with computers can look at anything they want. On your computer, look at what you're doing, whether you're using a VPN or not. They can see it all. And especially with the phone tracking, you'd have to leave that at home when you're doing this, because that'd just be an instant one. And paying in cash, you'd have to do that. But like I said, at a park fete or something, we get what we call car boot sales, where there's loads of people buying second-hand stuff in a park. You can buy something for cash. So you've at least got the device that you're going to use to upload then, that's completely untraceable. They check it out and they say, oh, this device uploaded it in this internet cafe. They trace it back to the person that bought it through their bank or using a card, credit card or something. They track them down. And maybe they'd go to the lengths of interviewing that person and saying, who was it that bought this phone off you? Can you remember what they looked like? Can you remember anything about them? So wear a disguise. That would work. This is a funny little challenge. And like I said, I'm not anti-government or anything like that. I just thought it was a good challenge. A lot of people on the DMs and comments were asking me, does this work for government? And it just got my brain ticking, thinking, yeah, how would you do it? If you wanted to upload YouTube videos, but you didn't want the government to find out who you are and where you uploaded them from, could it be done? And this is the closest I can get, really. The information I've told you in this video, that's going to make it difficult for them, at least, at the very least. But parking a car under trees might work, but even then they can just look at it. They know that this car didn't enter at this time, so you had to be leaving in that car. Then you got a number plate. A bike might work, something that's quite unidentifiable. Make sure it's just a plain looking bike. Just spray it black or something, or just one colour. I don't know, no stickers on it, things like that. Make sure that was bought for cash, second hand, with a disguise on, away from Ring doorbell cameras and CCTV and traffic cameras. And watch out for the satellite thing. We've got to get around the satellite thing. How would you do it? I'm going to wrap it up. Anyway, let me know in the comments if anything else you want to know about. Just keep asking, because it's been a fascinating journey, me like racking my brains, asking some people that are in the know. Anyway, yeah, like and subscribe as well if you can, please. I really appreciate it. And just message me, DM me, ask in the comments, whatever you want. Can't wait to hear from you.